Hi there and welcome to my channel and this update for Level Up. This is one of my favorite projects out there right now. This is about hitting pan and also getting use out of the whole palette. So I'm at actually level 5. This is the last level if you don't want to go up even more. But in level 5 you're trying to hit pan in 5 shadows and use all of the other shadows at least 5 times, which is pretty difficult when you have a big palette. I am working on Candy Haze, which is this one. This has 16 shades in it. And I have been trying to focus on getting the usage out of all of the shades, getting 5 uses in there. And then I had kind of a goal to hit all of the 5 pans next month, or 1 or 2 this month, and whatever. This is how it looks now. So this was kind of brand new when I rolled it in. And as you can see, I have 2 pans, one in bubblegum and one in candy. And you can see that it's been pretty well used. This is 1 month's worth of usage. And it's not that strange because it's all shimmers. I have, I think, 3 or 4 matte shades. Very easy to use, but the shimmers, shimmers are notoriously more easy to hit pan on than mattes. So it's not that strange that I'm getting this much usage on it, although it was a little bit surprising. After last month when I rolled this in, I forgot to swatch it for you, like with you, but when I swatched this, because this looks, pretty interesting, like there's a lot of different things going on here, right? And it would seem that way. But when I actually swatched this, it was all shimmers and nothing more. There's not much variation in color here. And the color is so light if I swatch it that, okay, it's a hint of color in this purple one and the green one. Otherwise, they kind of all look the same. Okay, there's a little bit of difference. This one is the darkest one, and I can kind of shade my look a little bit, like I can deepen it up the tiniest bit with that one. But otherwise, everything kind of looks the same, except Sky. Sky, this is the best silver I've ever worked with. This is phenomenal. This is my favorite color in this whole palette. But all of the other ones, they're very soft, very shimmery. So maybe I should like swatch some of it for you just so that you can see what I mean. Okay, if we just take some of these shades here, even the darkest one, I want you to see the darkest in comparison. Okay, so Sweet, of course you can see that one actually is a green one, but look at this. So these are the 2 that I mentioned, the purple one and the green one. So you can see that pretty well. But all of the other ones, like this, right about the purple one, this is the darkest shade. And then we have like the goldy shade here. We have the like rose pink. We have the like dark gold. We have the dark kind of reddish tone, and this is the white tone actually, but it's leaning purple. It's like a duochrome, but as you can see, there's not much variation here. So so I thought this would be very hard to work with because they all look the same. So but what surprised me, when I did this, I was like, okay, I'm not going to have to use more than 1 or maybe 2 colors on my eyelids because they look so similar. But when I actually apply these colors to my eyelids, it popped again. Like they became kind of these colors, not really, but they became so much more. So I'm using the green today. Maybe you can't see it because I'm using it underneath like as a base. And yeah, that one has been the hardest one to work with. All of the other shades are really, really, really easy to work with. Even though this one, I want to use it in the winter. Like I don't want to waste it because I love it so much. So as you can see, that is so much more creamy than all of the other shades. So I'm thinking this will be so nice as a liner, or, you know, all over the lid, or in a smoky eye or something like that. But that is so creamy, so beautiful, so much contrast to all of the other swatches. So that one is one of the few that I haven't actually used the 5 times. But let's go through all of the shades and see where we're at. So we have Gaze, which looks white, but is actually a purple, a very light purple. Let's do it this way so that I can see myself as well. So yeah, Gaze I used 11 times. Dreams I used 5 times. Golden I used 6 times. And Clouds up here I used 7 times. Maybe I can hold up my little book with all of my tallies. Then in the next row, we have Heaven, which actually is a part of my Bible panning. So even if I would hit pan on this, I'm going to try to, but that won't count towards, you know, the 5 pans here because I'm working on that in another project. But I've used that 7 times. Tarte I've used 26 times, and Sorbet I used 38 times. So this one I'm kind of working in every single look and it has quite a bit of a dip. I'm actually surprised I haven't hit pan on that yet. And it's actually one of the shades that I usually hit pan on the first thing. Those really light beige ones. But anyway, 38 times I haven't hit pan yet. And then we have Vapor, the reddish toned color, and I've used that 5 times. So far so good. These 2 rows I've used all of them more than 5 times. Vapor I could actually use as a blush as well. It worked pretty well for that. But then we move on to this row. And the first one, Sky, that I talked about, I've used that 4 times. So I haven't hit goal on that yet. Then we have Pick and Mix, which is a good deepening up color, like I said. I've used that one 10 times. This Sweet I used 3 times. And now I'm wondering if I actually tallied today's usage. I don't think so. So maybe I've used it 4 times. Maybe. And then I have Wonderlust, which I've used 4 times. This is a very, very pale blue. I could use it in my inner corners, but I just feel like it doesn't do anything. So yeah, I'm not too thrilled about it. And the thing is, it's actually kind of a very, 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 very light purple as well, even though it is like more bluish. But it's so light and it doesn't do kind of anything, so I'm surprised I didn't use it just because, you know, to get the usage in. But that's a little sad too when it doesn't do anything, you know, and you're just using it to use it. So this I actually used together with my blue looks whenever I did, because I did have a few blues in my pan, those eyeshadows. So I used this to kind of blend out into the crease and stuff, and, you know, just lighten the look up a bit. But yeah, I've only used it 4 times. Bubblegum I've used 18 times. I hit pan after 17 times. This is really easy to work with. It's a very light shimmer. I use it in the inner corner of my eyes, or on the whole lid, or half of the inner lid, like inner part of my lid. Like it's really, really easy to work with. This was one that I used when I went to work during nights, just because it just gives a little bit of shimmer, and that's it. You know, you don't have to make a big deal out of it. You can use these 3 and be done with the look. That's really nice. Sugar I've used 10 times. It goes very well with, well, kind of all of it. To be honest, most of this goes together with most of this. The only 2 standing out, like I said, are these 2. But other than that, it's like you can use whatever colors you want. And then we have candy. I only had to use this 3 times to get pan, and look at that pan. Like, that's big, that's huge. But that's because I didn't really get the color onto my fingers when using it. First, I didn't get it onto my brush, and when moving around with a finger, it's almost like dough, but you have plastic film on it, and you're just moving the dough around, but you don't get anything on your finger. That's what this felt like. So I had to press pretty hard to get any of the product on my finger. Like, if I go in very gently, I do get a little bit of product. But I mean, even on my finger, that isn't very impressive. Swatching it out, it's even more unimpressing. Like, it's not very impressive at all. It doesn't do almost anything. But I've used that one 5 times. Only had to use it 3 to actually hit pan. And then Cutie, I've used 6 times. And I liked it, even though it didn't do very much. Like I said, it's the very light purpley shade on my arm. So that's this palette. So I haven't hit goal on Sky, Sweet, or Wonderlust. But other than that, I've used all of the other shades 5 times at least. So Sky, Sweet, Wonderlust, and then I have to hit pan on 3 shades more. And honestly, I think I will be able to this month, because once again, these are shimmers. So if I can only focus on 1 or 2 or 3 shades, you know, I'm going to get there. Especially this one, I really think I will hit pan on this one. So yeah, that will probably be the next one to go, if not Sugar. So these 2, I think, will be the next ones. And then, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see which one the 5th one will be. Maybe I can hit some bonus pans, that would be nice. I actually am thinking about maybe trying to pan this whole palette next year and actually use it up. I think these are so easy to work with that I could kind of work them into any look. So even with my Pan Those eyeshadows, most of those I would use, and I could use them together with this. So this would actually maybe be a good Pan That palette for me. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. So that's my update for Level Up. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I'll see you next time, and that you'll have an amazing evening and a good week. Bye!